And so what we do is we'd play with the ideas, and he'd walk around, and this would go for any scene. He had a tube which he would fix a lens on, so like a viewfinder, became a viewfinder for him. And as we were working, he would walk around the set, just looking for his first angle. That was the most important thing for him. He never knew how he was going to shoot a scene before he came on the set. He had kind of an idea maybe, but nothing more than that. And so he would walk around with this, viewer, and we would sort of play the idea or improvise where we didn't have actual dialogue. Then we'd go off to the caravan, and we'd sit down, and there, in the case of the duel scene, there were about 50 books on duels throughout, civilization. It was stunning. You had no idea there were so many ways of fighting a duel, but there were hundreds of ways. And the other thing you found out was, you'd have thought, wouldn't you, that especially in the French court during that time, that you only had to so much as tip somebody with the edge of a sword if you were carrying a sword, and that was worthy of a duel. But they didn't shorten the swords; they made them longer. That's true. That's a fact. So we'd play around, we researched as sitting there, and then we'd sort of plot it, and then he would start working on dialogue, and then he would always come to the actor and he'd always say, "How would you say this?" And so you'd think about it, and you'd come back, and then you'd get on the set and you'd try it out again, and then you'd refine it a little more, and then you'd go off and work in it some more. So it was a real sort of genesis, if you like. And for much of Barry Lyndon, that's how we worked. And but improvisation was often a way in for him, often.